Hello, everybody. Welcome. Today is Wednesday, 6th of March, 2024. It's 9 p.m. here in Ireland, in the UK, 10 p.m. in France, and 3 o'clock in Brazil. So it's time for our spiritual light, and I'm delighted to be here with my friends Charles and Elsa. And today's topic it is the power of prayer. So it's a very good topic. We have a lot of discuss to comment about it. But before it, let's leave my friends here. Welcome you. So good evening, Elsa. How are you, my dear?
Stevan, I cannot tell you enough how I am happy right now to be with you and Charles, missing our dear Silvia, but she is another job now with
Yeah,
Florencio
she's
Anton,
working. Yeah.
interpreter. Yes, good in the UK. And for me, it's always a pleasure that I have this opportunity to be with you and Charles and our dear friends, Beatriz and all other people that will be in our chatting with us. Hello, my dear friends. Nice to meet you again.
Okay. Bonsoir, Charles.
Bonsoir, Steven. Bonsoir, Elsa. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I'm also very happy to be here again with you every Wednesday to be sharing all these ideas about these wonderful subjects, in particular the one of today. So, really very happy to share all this with you. You encourage us also so much with your comments, with your remarks, with your questions. This motivates us very strongly to continue. Thank you so much for everything.
Great. Okay, let me play our video today. Thank you, Elsa, for giving us this video. Okay.
What is prayer? Stale tradition, ritual, a good luck charm, part of some religious checklist, done to appease a higher being so we can get what we want, or at least avoid the lightning bolt. Prayer has been redefined and twisted and confused, but at its essence, prayer is simply talking to God. The God who spoke the universe into creation, who gives us life and breath, who holds all things together. This God wants us to talk to him. In the vastness of all that exists, he actually cares about us, personally, individually. How can we not pray to such a loving God, wherever we are? How can we not thank him for what he's done, or cry out when we need help, when we need forgiveness, when we're afraid, when we give thanks for our blessing or question where our next meal will come from? Why would we live a life apart from him? It's not about formula. How could any posture or well-chosen word impress the author of time and space? It's simple obedience. God has made himself available to us. He wants to hear from us. He wants us to trust in him, to acknowledge our dependence on him, to draw near to the one who loved us first. Approach him with confidence, because Christ has torn away the veil. He's washed away the sin that kept us from his presence. And we live in relationship with our Lord. And so we ask that his kingdom come, his will be done on earth and in our lives as it is in heaven. That is prayer.
Okay. So I want to say Thank you for Ray Sandoval, who posted this video. So all the credits goes to him who prepared the video. It's important for us to understand the prayer, because when we talk about prayer, instantly this connects us to religion. But the prayer we're going to talk today is not the religion prayer. It is the truly conversation between you and whatever you believe. Some people call it God. Some people call it Mother Nature. Some people doesn't know what it is, just know that it's something beyond us. What it is doesn't matter. What's matter here is how you connect yourself with this higher force. And Jesus already said to us how to do it. When you're going to pray, go to your room, close your door, and in that moment, you give yourself. So you don't need to go to your room, close your door, stay. No. Go to your room, it means inside of you. You can do it while you are walking, driving, in a bus, whatever place. But go in your room is in the moment it's like you are in peace, you are feeling you are connected. It's just you and him, and noises, the turbulence around us do not affect us. So this means go to your room and then connect yourself. But you can say how to say, just say, just have a conversation. And in this moment, you are connected with the higher spheres. So, my friends, this is my introduction for today. And Charles, I'd like to start with you, as always. With this context, I said, like when we talk, when we say the word prayer, this take us to religion. This take everyone to a certain religious faith. And here in Europe, we have Inquisition, very bad. How we should have to deal with these problems, because in Inquisition, they kill in name of God. They do barbaries in name of God. So how to deal with this situation, my friend?
Yes, good question, Stevan. Indeed, the traditional religions have lost a lot of credibility and momentum because of all these abuses which were committed by the leaders of these religions. Thanks God, you can talk in the past. So Inquisition did kill in the name of God and so on. Nevertheless, nowadays, there are still some conflicts here and there in the world. We can see in Palestine or some areas of tension, like in Northern Ireland, for instance, linked to these traditional religions. So it is very important to understand the mechanism of the prayer. First, to understand that we have a soul and that the power of prayer is just one aspect of the power of our soul. Our soul has a huge power that unfortunately all these people who do not believe that we have a soul, who are not yet convinced that we have a soul, in spite of all these evidences going in the directions to prove that we really have a soul, they just miss a lot of opportunities to use this power of the soul in order to be more happy, in order to do more things. We talked a little bit about the spiritual intelligence. It's all about that. It's now very clear that with spiritual intelligence, the teams which are working in such a harmony with spiritual intelligence are giving much more and much better results than the team where there is a spirit of competition and everyone wants to push his own advantage and whatsoever. So, and this spiritual intelligence is the same as a prayer. It is in a complete, neutral, secular spirit. So it is not, of course, the religion was necessary, and I would say even still is necessary nowadays for a lot of people who do not want, or who maybe have not yet the possibility, like my mother was in this case. She simply said, I'm born Catholic, I will die Catholic. This did not prevent her to believe in reincarnation and to love No Solar and the Spiritist books. But she did not want to go further and to think further, and she stayed as she was educated while she was young, to have a trustable priest or whoever orienting her, saying her what she should do, what she should avoid to do, and so on. But this is exactly the problem today. So trustable priest or imam or whatever, they are not so much anymore. And the second is more and more people, they want to understand themselves. God has given us the intelligence in order to, and the free will, in order to go, to seek for explanation and so on, that unfortunately most of the traditional religions are not capable to give us. So definitively the prayer has to be seen like this. We know that we have a soul. We know that the thoughts we are emitting are emitted by our souls, like a smartphone, for instance, is emitting towards a transmitter, which is somewhere in order to connect to the web wherever we are, with connection, of course. But the thought has a much bigger power than this Hertzian waves, because the thought is transmitted not materially, not on like electromagnetic fields, like the Hertzian waves, but it is transmitted through what we call the universal cosmic fluid. So this means instantaneously throughout the whole universe, and with an addressing which is without any failure. I mean, you think about somebody or someone or a beloved one or somehow someone who passed away recently. So you are thinking positively to him. This thought will instantaneously reach that person wherever that person is in the universe. So this is explaining how the prayer and this power of thoughts are working. And this is the starting point of the explanation how the prayer works. And you see, there is no religion in what I just said now. Universal cosmic fluid transmitting the thought to someone. And this is all about prayer. Prayer is, of course, we can also direct our thoughts to God, to our Father, Creator, asking for something, asking for help, or being grateful for something we got. And this, we can be sure that it works. God, since He's everywhere in the universe at the same time, He will immediately perceive our prayer, He and His ministers, and our prayer will be considered. Not always we will get what we ask for, but we will always get what is the best for us. Okay. Yeah, as it has been said, I think in the video at the beginning.
Yeah.
So really, let's go to the spiritualist paradigm. Let's go out of this materialist paradigm. Be sure about this power of our soul, this power also of the prayer. And nowadays, I'm very happy having seen the Spiritist Medical Association when they came still to make some lectures in Europe, clearly showing studies which have been done in double-blind protocol, whatever, published in the medicine magazines, the most known one, demonstrating the power of the thought. For instance, just citing a small example, a hospital you have where there are children which have illnesses. So a random selection of children in double-blind protocol, plus some people which are not spiritists, I think from evangelic church or whoever, making prayer for some of these children without knowing whom, and then the doctors evaluate, and the other one without any prayer, and then the statistics evaluating that the children for which the prayer were made had, I don't significant percentage of recovery, and even faster recovery than the other one who did not have the benefits of the prayer for them. So this type of studies, I'm just telling roughly one of them. There are tens and tens or hundreds of these. So everything going and proving now on a scientific, also secular point of view, that the prayer is really something of according to the laws of nature, independently of any religion. But of course, I don't throw the stone to the religions. If they encourage the people to pray and to do good, perfect. Okay. But we need to know that it is not a must, that everyone can do prayers. Everyone can talk directly to God without having to go through an intermediary, which is the priest or the pope or the pastor or whoever. Because like a son going asking something to his father, and it is as simple as that.
Okay. Good summary. Good summary. Yeah. And my
Silvia.
dear Elsa, okay, give me your thoughts.
Yeah, because when Charles was talking about the research from the spiritist doctors, the congresses, and talking about the prayer, etc., and in 2003 in São Paulo was the first time that I listened a scientist talking about the power of prayer. That was Dr. Harold Koenig. And I was so impressed with his talk that I asked him to give me his slides, and he gave me the slides to me and Jusara Cornigold from the United States. And it was so impressive the way that he put this research with people that has cardiac problems, that are believers or were believers. I don't know how long ago, and the other, I think it was 200 people, non-believers, and they compare receiving prayers from the people outsiders and how the improvement had the ones that have the surgery that were believers, instead the others that non-believer, a lot of complications. But this is one thing for the higher profile scientists. On the other hand, we have in our countryside in Brazil the poor people without even knowing write or reading, etc. And they use prayer in order to improve their lives. to improve someone that is ill. They are far from hospital, far from doctors, and they are giving a lot of support through prayer, receiving this good energy in their conscience, in their body, so they can change. With the mind and body and spirit, we can do more. So,
Mhm.
the object of prayer is to elevate our soul to God. That is the fact. The diversity of forms should not establish any difference between those who believe in Him and even less between the adepts of Spiritism. So we are not different from other people that are believers. We know that we are immortal beings and we believe in reincarnation and the cause and effect law. And I can say even a little bit more. The prayer has the potentiality change any situation, even the most challenging one, in
Mhm.
miraculous ways. In fact, God may even choose to send angels into our lives to answer our prayers. We know that we are never, never alone. So, many years ago, I wrote a book for children, teach children how to learn how to pray, because as I am truly a strong believer in prayer, that we can change our day, our life, because I pray many times per day, not the prayer with my no in a church. I pray in the altar of my mind, of altar of my spirit, and I ask God for the better day. I ask the spirit to help us to maintain balance, etc. That is something from your heart, connect it to your mind, and go to, as they show the video, né? To Almighty Father. So, if in the end, I think Steven will show our book and the link that you can really take this book, you get this book for your children and pray with your children with beautiful illustration. So, Steven, that's it. I saw that Munir is here now. Hello, Munir. Nice.
Hello, Elsa, Chan, Stevan,
Oh,
and
Hello,
everyone
wonderful.
Munir.
who's watching
Hey,
us.
Welcome.
hey,
Good
Munir.
to be
Thank
here
you.
with you.
Yeah, Munir. Today's topic is the power of prayer. What's the prayer represents to yourself?
Well, it's actually something that is like putting into action something that is part of our spirits. First, because we use thoughts when you do prayer, we connect, as has been said, to the Creator. We use the powers of our soul. This is nothing material, and this is something we normally don't do on a daily basis. Some people, they manage to stay in a state of prayer because we have this idea that prayer is a ready-made sequence of sentences that we have to repeat over and over again. But when we realize that it's actually concentrating in our spiritual nature and putting into action our willpower to communicate with the Creator, to, as Charles mentioned, instantly communicate with the spirits, and enter into action in whichever place we direct our thoughts to. So prayer is something really powerful in that sense. And the state of prayer, and Jesus said very, very clearly, go to a quiet place. And this quiet place is not on the outside, it's on the inside, where we can actually mobilize our spiritual strengths, put our thoughts together, and then direct that with a certain purpose. I find that we can do in many different, with many different intentions or purposes. We can just worship God, thank God for that, thank the good spirits, call for assistance, ask for someone else, and of course we'll be heard 100% of the time, because there's no barrier for thoughts, especially when we put willpower in that. Some people may say, oh, I pray every day that this happens in my life, and it has never happened. It seems that, it's the other way around and never get there. Well, your prayers, they are heard. Yeah. The thing is that perhaps it's not the right time for you to, to get what you want, or you're not, asking for the right thing. If we believe in the justice of God, the divine justice, if we believe that good spirits are taking care of us, looking after us, they want to see us happier every day, they will get, they will give to us what we need. And our prayers will give us strength. This is the important thing. If we have difficulties as planned in our life, we will face these difficulties in the best possible way because we are assisted by the benefactors and in contact with them through prayer. So prayer is a way of getting in touch, of having the assistance, a connection, if we want 24/7, because we don't need any special procedure, ritual, or whatever to be in a state of prayer. They just see a flower and direct our thoughts to the Creator and saying, thank you very much for this beauty. This is something that is a clear sign of the divine love. We may ask at a difficult moment if we deserve that we get something at that moment, and of course the assistance will come in the way that we ask or in a different way, but we are constantly being helped. So prayer to me is more than just reciting a ready-made text, and is actually, as I said before, putting into action something that we have in us that is spiritual, which is this willpower, these thoughts that we can direct with great strength, to other spirits, to help other people, to get some good done.
Good, my friend. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your words. And both both you and Charles said something about, oh, I'm praying for, I don't know, get whatever, and I never get. So I think it's crucial for us to explain to everyone that doesn't matter the prayer you're gonna do, a prayer for asking prayer, a thankful prayer, glorifying prayer, or just conversation. You you will be heard. Full stop. However, you will not receive what it is not in your reincarnatory plan, and what the benefactors in that moment saying, okay, if we give you this, what he or she asking for, it may cause more problems to them. And we don't understand this point because it's kind of, we need to remove that impression that because I'm giving a prayer, I need to receive what I get. It's not there is no correlation in a prayer. Prayer, it is a donation of yourself, not a request. And we transform the donation into a request because 90% of ourselves do a prayer asking for something. So, could you elaborate a little bit more in a better way than mine? Let's start with Elsa.
I'd like to read something that I took today in order to read, because I felt that is really explanation. It's a short one, but explain everything for me. For example, prayer is an act, put it here better, of worship that glorifies God and reinforces our need for Him. Through living a life of prayer, we communicate with the very source of and the purpose of our existence. The real power of prayer is when your will and desires come into alignment with God's will and desires. We are not asking God, give me a big house this month, if I don't work for it, etc., etc. Of course, our desire are very higher. Our will is something that comes from our heart with good sense. We have to have common sense. When this happens, there is nothing that God will not do in answer to prayer, because your prayers are already aligned with what He wants to do in the first place. That means He knows what we need. We can ask a mountain of things, but God will give to us the things that we need in order to improve in the spiritual life, but improve now in our existence that we have to undergo. A lot of people, they will never, never travel, never have a big house or a car, etc. They undergo another trials, another kind of attunements, but they can pray in order to minimize their sufferings or other things. But we pray, as you said before, we pray asking, donating our good energy for the ones that are in hospital, good doing other things that are in sufferings or mental illness, or giving healing or distance healing. What is distance healing? Is our thoughts with prayer sending to our beloved ones or beloved friends or the people that other people ask us to pray. And that's it. We can use the power of our mind connected to the power of our prayer in good sense in order to do and achieve our goals, our aim, that is to help charity towards our prayer. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear. Also, good evening to Beatriz Gills. Danny is with us, Elsa. Good to have you here, Danny. Charles Munir, what's your view? You're on mute, my friend.
It's also said, help yourself, and the sky will help you. Huh? Because when we think, no, I will do a prayer now and get everything ready, it doesn't work also like that. Because what is the purpose of life is for us to progress, and the progress we manage through learning, through studying, through working, through doing our part and helping ourselves. And that is then when the prayer comes and helps us in this way. Kardec gives a good example. I think the power of prayer is very well explained in the Gospel according to Spiritism, item section 27. And he tells, for instance, take someone which is in the desert. So thirsty, terrible, lost, and collapsing. Okay. Then remembering, okay, God, please help me. What will happen? Do you think there is an angel who will come and bring him some water to drink? No, it's not like this. What will happen is feel some renewed strength, and then get by intuition, okay, I will follow that path and walk, and then find a well or something where he finds a little bit something to drink. This is what prayer is doing, letting us the merit of having found the solution ourselves. And then from this person in the desert, you can have two reactions. The first reaction is, oh, I had a genius idea to stand up and to go that way to find this well. And the other one will say, thank you, God, for having inspired me to stand up and to go to this path in order to be saved. And that is all which is about prayer. As you told Stevan, I repeat, we will not always get what we ask for, but we will always get what is the best for us. And sometimes the best for us, I think most of the time even, is not what we think we should get. So we need also to have this humility. And at the moment we don't see it, but when we look behind a little bit what happened, how we came out of certain situations and so on, it's undeniable to see how we have been helped in some difficult moments of our own life. And this thanks to using this power of our soul, rising our vibration level, putting us in better synchrony with all these mentors which are always around us to help us as soon as we do these movements towards them. And then we enter in a beneficial circle. We get out of the vicious circle. And that's another huge power of the prayer.
Great. Yeah. Munir.
Yes, what came into my mind is just we normally pray with a list of demands. God, I want this. God, I want that. If not, we bargain with God. Oh, if you give me this, I'll do that. You sort of put conditions to, getting what you want and giving something back to God. Oh, I promise I will light 100 candles if I get these or I get that. And we don't understand what is good for us. We don't understand that what we should be asking for is actually related to our spiritual development, not our material progress. And we also forget that God is perfect, is the Almighty. He's looking after each one of us and providing the best we need at every single moment. So if we believe in that, truly believe in that, we should be asking that we have eyes to see, that we have awareness to take advantage of any situation presented in our lives. Not that difficulty should be taken away, because we are here to overcome the difficulties. We are here to progress. So without any challenge, we are not going anywhere. So we should trust God. So if we pray to God and think that, God is just, God is all love, we know we are assisted by his love, his justice, and all the attributes. So what we should ask for is that we take advantage as much as possible of the lessons that we get, so that we may progress what is expected from us. Not to have a larger bank account, not to have even health. And I remember Chico Xavier, he went to visit the famous medium in Brazil. He was in prison, Arigó. He used to make surgical procedure and cure a lot of people and so on. And then when Chico Xavier went just to pay him a visit, to talk to him, he said, "Oh, you have an eye problem. I can sort that out." And Chico Xavier said, No, don't take that away, because I'm safer with that. If you take it away, I may start doing something wrong. And, that is keeping me in the right track. So to see the awareness of someone who acknowledges that, God is love, that God will give us what we need no matter what. Perhaps if we refuse something today, saying, no, I don't think that is the best for me at this moment, that will come in a different way to us. Because if it is part of our plan, as you said, Stevan, if it is part of our life plan, that will come to us. Provided, of course, you don't create difficulties for getting things. And also at Jesus' time, when Jesus taught people how to say the Lord's Prayer, people were afraid of God. They needed an intermediary. They thought that God would get angry at them, because you needed to be a priest in the temple to be able to talk directly to God, to direct your words to God.
Yeah.
So he said, no, he's the Father of us all. And if we think that is a Father always knows what is best for us. He is more advanced than us. He has more experience than we. So we may ask, but we should be prepared to receive a no, because that is part of our education in life. This is not a good thing for you at this moment, but we are receiving what we need. This is the thing, with certainty that we have. We receive what we need.
Yeah. And also we needed to understand. Good evening, Luviem and Julia Cagnetti. Luviem, probably she heard this from me many times, but I love to say this example. When, let's say you are praying here to have patience, you will not receive, okay, here, Stevan, you're praying for a patient, here's 2 kilos of patience. No, the benefactors will create situations for us to undergo in order to exercise our patience and learn how to be patient. So we need to be very careful what we asking for, because if you're praying for giving patience, you are putting yourself in more situations you need patience, and you're saying, I'm in a complete hell here because I asking for it, and more I pray, more I receive this
Yeah.
problem, But
Yeah.
and the person is receiving what she or he is asking for.
Yeah.
So if we pray for love, we need to exercise ourselves in order to understand what is love, how to practice the love, how to feel the love, how to share our love. It's not a straightforward answer, and we are looking for a straightforward answer. Oh, I need this. Oh, here you go. Oh, I need that. Oh, here you go. It's not doesn't prayer doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
So this is a very important understanding for us, because when you learn this, your relationship with prayer is totally different. And here our job is to undergo to this relationship with prayer, because at the end, you who are listening us now, you will pray the way you want to, where you want to, how often you want to. It's you. But be careful what you're asking for, because you may you may are receiving it. You just don't know how to deal with.
Steven, if I
Yes.
have, I was thinking about it. I customize myself to pray every morning. I pray with love in my heart. Pray being grateful for the night sleeping, grateful for breathe, for see, for walk. Something that, because it's natural. You don't have a pattern to pray. Of course, we have Lord's Prayer that Jesus let us know how to pray, and there are other patterns. Worship, what you want, what you can do in a prayer. But for ourselves, it's a moment that when we are praying, we open our hearts, the emotion come, sometimes tears comes in our face. And that is great because it's looking like I am receiving a shower of light, because we can really take out our stone heart and what more soft in order to understand our life. Because if you blame God every day, eat a lot, physically speaking, every day, we don't feed our soul, we will be ill of our soul. That's for sure. But we're not confronting God. Only take, yes, God, that is my life. Okay, I'm grateful, because in everything we have to be to give a grace, to thank God for everything. Doesn't matter our challenges, our problems, our difficulties, our sufferings, everything there is a purpose why is happening in our life. If we will be more soft towards ourselves, open more our heart, our mind, our prayer, saying the words that comes from here, that not only for books. We will talk to God, as you said in the beginning, Stephen. The dialogue with God is a simple thing to say to this. Even if you say nothing, only think and say, God, thank you so much for our life, for our family, for the opportunity that I have to be here in existence. Thank you for my father and my mother didn't abort me. I am here. So for that, we'll be thankful forever. But it's up to everyone, as you said before. It's up to you, it's up to me, it's up to the ones that don't have a moment, busy, 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 busy life, don't have a moment to feed your soul. But you'll be thirsty, you'll be hungry one day from from the presence of the benefactors. They are around us. It's up to us to pray, to connect to them.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, it's true. And also, we needed to understand that it's a prayer is a two-way street. So it's not just ask and wait for your patience or win the lottery or whatever. We need to act. We need to do our part. What differentiates ourselves from, let's say, a person who's gonna steal a car, for example. Let's say this this person is have a close relationship with God. He prayed before he steal the car. Oh God, please, you know my difficulties. This is the last one for the day. I needed it. And the owner of the car will do pray, please God, protect me. Well, both are praying to the same God. But what differentiates one to the other is it is the confidence. It is the belief. This is a silly example, but we need to stop to be mechanic prayer, asking, 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 asking. But what is our action? What are you doing in order to deserve to get what you ask for? How is your charity? Charity here, we're not talking about just money. We're talking about, do you know the name of your neighbor? Do you know if your neighbor needs anything? Do you know if someone in your street it is hungry, needs money to buy food, to buy a medicine, or just someone to, okay, let's walk. I need to talk. Let's have, that kind of conversation when two people go to a walk, go for a walk, and one person don't stop talking from the beginning to the end of the walk. And when they got home, oh great, I love a shot with you. Thank you, bye. And you didn't say a single word, but without saying a single word, you said a lot. You saved that person for a heart attack, for example. You saved that person for commit a suicide. This is our part. And what you're doing in order to receive what you're asking for. Charles, help me here.
I mean, it's exactly this, and sometimes I say there is also the prayer of a selfish person. Oh, my mentor, remove this illness, remove these difficulties from me, help me here, help me there, do this for me, do that for me. Always praying for oneself, but never praying for the others, for the neighbors. So the people also go to the church. I had a neighbor when I was living in Brazil, by the way. I was in the what's the name? The ceremony in the church. So now I fulfilled my obligation with God. Only to go to the church is fulfilling? No, the obligation with God is 24 hours, 7 days a week. So this type of attitude is really, we show the power of prayer, but we show also the limits of it, and the need, as you perfectly explained right now once more, Stevan. We have to do our part. We have to do our efforts. Without efforts, we don't grow, we don't learn, we don't progress. Everything needs effort from our side. You best use of our free will for autonomously selecting the good, not because fearing to go to hell or whatever. No, just doing good for doing good. And then with this, we enter in the symphony, and even the prayer are even more powerful when we do our part, whether they are for us or whether they are for the others. So typically, the typical example is the prayer, just I'm ill, please remove this illness from me. No, the right prayer is, please help me in overcoming this illness or in eliminating in myself what created this illness. Give me the patience, the courage, the force to overcome it. That is the right prayer. Not that, just please remove that from me right now. It doesn't work like that. Because again, it will always be the best for us, even if it's not what you want.
Yeah. Good. Thank you, Charles. So we are 5 minutes to finish, and we need to go to the announcements. But before I go, anyone have a final thoughts? Want to share something?
I just
Okay.
want to say that it's possible to be in a state of prayer without being away from the world. It's just getting, directing our thoughts to God and the good spirits, inspiring us all the time to do, what we are supposed to do. And then, we'll get the means. As you said, if we are in action through prayer, we will know how to do and what to do.
Perfect. 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 Okay. I hope is that clear for everyone. Let me share the screen here, and so next week our topic is the workers of the last hour. So the workers of the last hour. So 13th of March, 9 p.m. London time, 10 p.m. France, 3 p.m. Brazil, 4 p.m. United States will be here. So next. Okay, this is the book my dear Elsa wrote, Learn How to Pray, especially for the children. We needed to teach the children how to pray and use this as a great resource for them. So, my dear Elsa, you wrote the book. You can say better than me.
Yeah, the intention is from the early ages, we can really teach how to respect and to love and to worship God, knowing that He is our Father, Mother God. And the importance is for parents not give always a screen with the lights, mobiles, iPhones, etc. But give a book, a physical book for children that come and go, can put in the stand, can take the book and stay with the book. This is important for someone or children, knowing that the book are there. They can use the book, they can learn how to pray, they can see the illustration, and much more. For the parents, is a really good tool to do the gospel in the home or to give a gift to someone. That is my intention, really, to help families. And if it's possible, Stevan can add the link to the chat so it can stay in the face and the YouTube as well for everybody. That is great. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
we'll do it here.
Amazon.
Yeah, I'll put it here 1 second. Yeah. So here is the link. There we go.
Wonderful. Thank
It's in
you.
the chat.
Thank you very
Okay.
much. Thank you all. God bless you all. See you when I see you.
Thank you, my dear Elsa. Thank you. So, for those, save the date. Uh, on the 3rd, 29th, and 3rd of June, we will have our Spiritism Acts. And I think it's missing one. I skipped one slide. Sorry, I'm sorry about that. So, and during this Spiritism Acts 2024, we will have Wagner de Assis. He's one the producer of the series, the movies from Na Solar and other Spiritist movies. So he'll be in London. So any comment, any more information, details, please goes to office@kardec.org.uk. Okay, so our series Camille Flammarion for this year is going very, very well. Charles already gave 4 talks about Camille Flammarion. It was planned 1, but he gave 4. Our dear friend Vanessa Celone did a great job last Sunday. And Munir, it is our intermediary here. So thank you, Munir, for your work. So the next, I don't know who's the next one. Is
Roberto, on the 7th of April.
Roberto.
Roberto Watanabe.
Okay,
Yeah.
as soon as I have the flyer, I will show here to everyone.
I'll send it to you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So just remind to you, this is our Spiritist magazine for this month. Is available on the spiritismagazine.org. It's free of charge, so please read the articles and have a look on it. Also listen Kardec Radio, which we are very grateful to receiving us all these years. And this is it from me, my friends. So thank you, Munir.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear
Stevan,
Elsa.
everyone.
Thank you, Charles. I wish
Thank
you
you so
all
much.
best of Sunday, best of evening, and I'll be here if you need me. Okay. So thank you very much. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. God bless. All the best.